Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat Maulana Qamar Uzzaman Sahab Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Tuesday night at Darul Ma'arif al Islamiyya in Kareli, Allahabad, Tuesday, the 7th of Ramadan, 1447, 24th of February 2026. Up till now, I didn't have any intention of saying anything, but I thought to myself, let me say some few words. Allah make these few words great and make the few a lot. I'm very pleased to see Ashab-e Talab, people of true quest, desire, enthusiasm. Allah Ta'ala will not let go to waste the efforts of the one who has thirst. So when I look at you people's thirst, then a da'iyah and an urge comes into me then to say something. Allah Ta'ala bless us with the fuyuz and the barakat of Ramadan. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say so much that this time round, don't waste your Ramadan, achieve something. In the first few days, that's what he used to tell us. And when it came to the end, then he would say the very same thing again, that the time is over now, achieve something now at least. In his khidmat, I learnt this from him. Make qadr of your time. Now, in the importance of dua, so this dua plays a major role in opening the doors of goodness. Dua plays a major role in opening the doors of goodness. Shaykhul Islam, Allama Ibn Taymiyyah, said in his advice to Abul Qasim al-Maghribi, "Ad-du'a miftahu kulli khair." Dua is the key to every good. Thus, no matter what good of this world or the year after you hope for, ask it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Beg and beseech Him for its acquisition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to accept the dua of the one who calls to Him, beseeches Him, and begs of Him. So there is so much importance of dua. So when a person makes dua, he should be earnest in his dua. There should be some persistence in his dua. Dua is not read, it is asked. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was speaking to us on the importance of dua, and there was a student who was earnestly and persistently begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab said to us that look at him, that's how you should make dua. So this is a great boon and a great ni'mat. So when Ramadan would come, he would say, achieve something. Don't let it just go like how you let the others go. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to recite much. He would even go on to say, go and sleep. However, don't be involved in useless and idle talks. Now, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of following in his steps and this was his ta'aleem. Let us make amal on it. Sometimes people used to come, and then they would say that that was a very, very great buzruk. So Hazrat then would go on to say that, okay, that's in its place, but tell me something that you learned from him. Meaning, what was his ta'aleem? So Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of making dua from our hearts. So Allah Ta'ala says, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Rabb says, call to me so that I may respond to your call. قال أمير المؤمنين عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله تعالى عنه إني لا أحمل هم الإجابة ولكن هم الدعاء فإذا ألهمت الدعاء فإن الإجابة معه. أمير المؤمنين Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala an said, I do not bear the worry of acceptance, but the worry of dua. Once I have been inspired to make dua, it will be accompanied. This dua will be accompanied by its acceptance. So dua, our Hazrat Wala is speaking that when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can ask Him for salt, and you can ask Him for sultanate. You can ask Him for namak, and you can ask Him for sultanate. You can ask Him for something as meager and as small as salt, and you can ask Him for something as great as the empires of the world. Now, if you ask somebody for salt, you go to a king, he'll say that you have disgraced me. And then, if you have to ask him for empire, he'll fight with you because the empire belongs to him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that Zat that you can ask Him for anything. So, नमक की ज़रूरत है तो वही से मांगे, और सल्तनत की ज़रूरत है तो if you need salt, then ask it of him. If you need empire, ask it from him as well. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was very, very meticulous of making dua. On one occasion, I was a young lad, our Hazrat Wala is saying, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab came to our house, and he was in sajda, and the way he was weeping in sajda and making dua, bahut ihtimam. He was very, very meticulous. He attached much importance to dua. So Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was saying to us that, see, I'm telling you people about dua, but what I'm telling you, this student here has achieved it. You people also achieve it. So Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and hidayat of making dua to Allah. The people of Gujarat, they have this khubi and goodness in them that at night also they are making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I know about this here, I witness it from you people, and Allah Ta'ala make this khaslat and this quality of you people am and tam, make it common and bring fruition and perfection to it as well. So Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was very particular about dua, and Hazrat Maulana Abrar al-Haq Sahab used to also say, ke dua karo, make dua, make dua. So dua is something which is very jami'. Mutarrif ibn Shikhir said, I thought of the thing which combines all good. I concluded that there are many acts of goodness such as fasting and salah. Also, it is solely in Allah's hand. And you cannot get what is in Allah's hand unless you ask Him for it. Thus, the dua is the thing which combines all good. खैर की जामिअ चीज़ दुआ है. खैर की जामिअ चीज़ दुआ है. So as regards to tazkiyah, there is an authentic hadith which states Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said the following dua: Allahumma aati nafsi taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayru man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. O Allah, give piety to my soul and purify it. You alone are the best to purify it. You alone are its owner and master. This dua draws our attention to the fact that tazkiyah of the nafs, purification of the self, is in Allah's hands, the knower of the unseen, and that its greatest key is dua and beseeching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to make this dua quite often. Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. O the turner of hearts, keep my heart firm on your deen. When a person has presence of heart, his need is genuine, his hope is strong, he is not hasty in the acceptance of dua, and he makes it a point to make dua at the recommended times, then his dua will not be rejected. Now, the greatest thing to help you in dua is your realization that tazkiyah of the nafs is in Allah's hand. He is the one who purifies whomsoever He wills. Allah Ta'ala is in control, and under everything is in Allah's control and under His will. Balillahu yuzakki man yasha. In fact, it is Allah who purifies whomsoever He wills. وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يُزَكِّي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Were it not for Allah's favor upon you and His mercy, not a single one of you would have ever been purified. However, Allah Ta'ala purifies whomsoever He wills. Allah hears everything, knows everything. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma says in his explanation of the words, not a single one of you would have been purified. What does he say? That not a single one, not a single person would have been guided to goodness with which he could have benefited himself, nor would he have been able to save himself from any evil which he could have repulsed from himself. Now, in other words, all this is solely the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال البراء رضي الله تعالى عنه كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوم الأحزاب ينقل معنا التراب ولقد وارى التراب بياض بطنه وهو يقول والله لولا الله ما اهتدينا ولا تصدقنا ولا صلينا. Hazrat Bara radiallahu ta'ala an said, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was moving the soil with us on the day of Ahzab. The soil covered the whiteness of his stomach. He was saying, by Allah, had Allah not guided us, we would neither have given in charity nor performed salah. We learn from this that guidance, iman, and all other good are solely in Allah's control. बस मालूम हुआ कि हिदायत, ईमान, नीज सब कुछ तन्हा अल्लाह के कब्ज़े में है. नबी अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम उसी का बीज सहाबा किराम के नुफूस में बोते थे और बार बार उसकी ताकीद फरमाते थे. So, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had been embedding this in the hearts of the Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala anhum and emphasizing on them to continue in this way. He used to commence his sermons with the words, مَن يَهْدِهِ اللَّهُ فَلَا مُضِلَّ لَهُ وَمَن يُضْلِلْهُ فَلَا هَادِيَ لَهُ. The one whom Allah guides, none can lead astray, and the one whom Allah causes to go astray, none can guide. Now, this principle is the greatest door to Islah of the nafs, purification of the self. The person who realizes that righteousness, purification, and steadfastness is in all of this, that they are in Allah's control, will seek refuge in Him. He will fall at His threshold and beseech Him alone. He will focus all his hopes and wants on Him so that he may realize the purification of his self for him, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and its salvation and success in this world and the akhirat. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq of making islah, or Allah make our islah according to His wish. So don't think that your favor is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah par ihsan na rakho. Don't think that your favor is on Allah. Rather, Allah gave the tawfiq, the hidayat, and the inspiration. So when you understand that tawfiq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's side, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase that tawfiq. So a person must understand that all of this here is min janibillah, from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala give us the tawfiq and hidayat of doing kare khair, works of good. Give us the tawfiq of making dua, dhikr, and having fikr for our islah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.